All right. Hey guys. Finally made it over here to this side. All right. So let me first say welcome to So Much Talent, my YouTube page. My name is Alicia, founder and creator of So Much Talent. And I'm here today because I've had several to ask me to show them how I use the Cricut machine to create a label. Now, some of you may already know this. Some of you have probably already done it. But for those of you that were curious and interested on what I did to create my label, um, I'm happy to share. All right. So hopefully this won't be a long video, and hopefully you'll be able to see this uh, clearly. All right. So first, I am going to plug in my phone because you can use this, use your Cricut to create from Cricut Design Space. You have to have the app on your phone, Cricut Design Space. And you can pay for a subscription. You don't have to just to create the wording and things like that. But if you want to use some of Cricut Design resources, then you could purchase a subscription. Now, let me just say this: I'm not being paid by Cricut or anything like that. This is just Cricut, and so I'm using it. So that's just it. So let me. All right. So hello to the one person that's in. Thank you so much. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and upload Cricut on my phone. So I'm going ahead and downloading, opening up Cricut Space on my phone. So which I've already done that, and it brings me to this page. And I already have, I've already created my font and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into my stuff right here at the very bottom. I don't know, there's a glare on the phone, but you can see at the very bottom it says my stuff. So it takes me to my project. And I am going to go to the one that I have labeled creating a clothing label. So, so it's got this extra other stuff on it. Just, I don't know why. All right, but anyway, I don't want to see any of that. I just want my clothing label. That's all. All right, so now that hey man, how art thou? So now that I'm there, again, and y'all forgive me because I got to get used to this. Phone. So now that I'm there, it usually shows you a screen where you can, oh, well, I guess I have to tap on make it. So, well, actually okay. All right, so this is the label. This is what I'm creating. Uh, I've already put my font, my name, and everything on it. I put the size that I want on it. There's a space on there that you can manipulate the size of the label, the width and the height of it. So I've already put all of that in there. So for sake of time, I'm not going to go through all of that. Some of you probably already know how to size it and do all of that good stuff. So I'm not here to teach you how to use the label, use the Cricut Maker, but just to show you what I do to get the label. All right. So instead of me using my desktop, instead of me using my laptop, I can actually use my phone because it's Bluetooth compatible. But I also have this USB cord. So right here on the side, I can plug my phone up into the Cricut Maker, and it will translate um, my design onto Cricut from here. So now I go in and create Make It. I'm using a 12 by 12 mat, and then I hit confirm. I want to mirror it because I want to make sure that it goes the opposite of what I want to be able to flip it over and be able to press this onto my fabric. All right. So I want to mirror it. It's already mirrored. And then I'm going to hit next. Okay. So this is what it looks like. All right. So let me go back because I didn't show you that part. I just told you. All right. So I hit make it. All right. So it brings me to this screen right here. You know, sorry, I think it's a little bit too much glare. It might just be coming from my this phone. All right, so I'm going to hit the one that's appropriate for what I'm using, which is a 12 by 12 mat. And then I'm going to hit confirm at the bottom. So it then brings me to this screen. Then it'll ask me how I want to do. Do I want to mirror it? It's reminding me of the size that I chose, the type of mat and everything. So it's telling me what I need to do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit mirror again. And then I'm going to hit next. And so it looks like that. All right, so I'm going to hit next again. Now at the very top, it reminds me how much I saved because of Cricut Access. So it's just confirming here of what I've chosen. So I've chosen the 12 by 12 mat and to mirror it, and it's going to cut for me. So now I hit next again. Now it's connecting to my Cricut Maker. Okay. While it's connecting to my Cricut Maker, I'm going to go ahead and load up my well, you got to cut it on in order for it to connect. All right. So I'm using a standard grip mat that I have. And so y'all remember that I just recently, this is one I've already done. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down at the, I'll put this over here. These are some that I've already created. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use those. That'll save me a little bit of time. But what you want to do is grab your vinyl. All right, and this is the one that has to make sure it has the shiny side and then the matte side. The matte side is the side that's going to go face down. It's going to go towards the sticky paper, the sticky board. All right, you want the shiny side facing up. Okay. So if you have any debris or anything on your board, go ahead and clean it off. Make sure if you're watching, be sure to share this out if you don't mind. Be sure to like this and if you don't mind, comment and let me know what you think about this whole process of creating your own label. It's a game changer for me. All right, so I have this on, and I have my tools and stuff here. Make sure you have your little ruler. So I just want to make sure that it's pressed down good. There's no bubbles or anything in it. I want to make sure that it's adhered to the mat good. The better it's adhered to the mat, the better you'll be able to weed out your letters uh, and less of it, less issue of any of your letters coming up. So you want to make sure that it's adhered to pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and go the extra step, and I'm going to use probably like a little squeegee board. Go ahead and make sure that this is pressed down good. I don't know why this one side is rippling like this. I hope that's not going to affect my design. All right, so I'm going to push this out the way. In that bag is my weaving tool. So I'm going to open this up. I've already cut it on. I'm going to open it up now. My phone is waiting to connect to this Cricut. I'm going to go ahead and load my mat. All right, and then I'm going to hit connect again. All right, so now that it's connected, it's asking me what type of material. So I have vinyl bookmark because that's generally what I use, but then there's a list of materials that you might be using, like cardstock or glitter cardstock, holographic cardstock. Might be using foil paper, might even be using fabric. So this one you can cut or use fabric here, cardboard, craft board, but I am going back to vinyl. I've chosen to use vinyl. Hey, Keisha. Uh, so I tap on vinyl. Now it's telling me what I need to do next. Now my next step is to mash the button. Sorry about that glare, y'all. Next is to mash the button on my Cricut Maker right here. It's a little arrow button. And so you can't see it on here, but it's blinking. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to start the process. All right, once it gets itself set up, then the little Cricut icon lights up for me to start. So y'all know I'm excited because y'all remember, and I know it might look a little fuzzy and funny because I'm working on an older iPad, and so it might not be as clear. I don't know. But y'all remember I just fixed my Cricut because the roller balls were messed up on it. So it took me about 2.5, maybe 3, could have been 4 hours trying to fix this thing, right? So I've got to share the process of that as well. So while it's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my iron on. I'm using my gravity feed iron. You won't see me do this part of it. You can use a regular iron, but probably on a high heat. And if you have the Cricut and you're using like an iron and pressing mat, pressing cover, this would be great because it needs some good heat to good pressure when you're pressing this to your project. I'm going to use this ribbon to test this out. While this is waiting, I'll just share with you what I used this other couple of times. You see my thumbnail. I used this organza ribbon, and I just cut a piece and folded it in half about the size that I needed. So it looked kind of like this, kind of looked like that. And I let the folded edge be the edge that hangs down. This part is probably going up under my facing or however I needed it to go. The other piece that I used, the other one I used this organza ribbon was a little bit more narrow. You can see it's not as wide as the other one. So I actually folded it in half. Sorry about that, about the camera. Folded it in half as well. But today I'm going to use this satin ribbon. Most all right, hang on. So it's showing me that little arrow button again. It's a two-sided arrow where I reject or release the mat. Okay. So you can't see it on here, but the wording is right in here. So you can't see that. But that's what we're going to weed out. So I'm going to go ahead and push that aside. Now, there is a second cord that allows you to hook this up to the computer. I didn't need that, so I put it aside. And that cord looks like this. It has the USB cord on it like that. And then it also has this little end that hooks right into the Cricut itself. But since I was using my phone, I just needed the end to go into my phone and then the USB part. So now the last thing I need to do on here is to hit finish. Okay. And then it's done. All right. So now, I don't know if you can see this, but now I'm going to weed it out. Now this is going to be hard to see. I wish I had this over my head. You won't be able to see that. So what I'm going to do, since I've already done one, well, you know what? I might have did this backwards. I did this backwards, though. Yeah, I did this backwards. Plastic side down. We'll try this one. Sorry about that. I've had to look. I should have looked at this one first. It's the plastic side down because it's the part that I flip over. The matte side is the side that you're going to iron down. So let me do this all over again. And actually, I won't do that again, but I will say this because I've already have these that I have done and printed out already. But I'm going to do it again. The shiny side correction. The shiny side needs to go face down. Okay. So it needs to look like that. The matte side needs to be facing upward. All right. So all right. So I am going to weave this. I hope I can see it good. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and press it down again really good because I don't want that to come up. I want all the letters because I got tiny letters on here. Got that little tiny dot. I realized on one of my labels that the little dot over the I was missing. I didn't catch that the first time. So if it's not adhered to this really good, it can easily lift up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my weaving tool, which is this little thing right here. Looks like a little hook. All right. I'm going to go ahead and peel this back, peel the vinyl back. Be really careful because it can still not behave like you want it to. All right? Especially depending on the font that you choose. You easily get away from it. If you got a fancy font, really thin, you have to be real careful. If you feel like there's a part that's going to come up, then take your time, stop, move really slow. So see that I was trying to come up, dot over the I. Concentrate. Fancy, y'all. It takes practice. Yeah, trying. So here, I want to bring up my T. Don't want to leave the D part. It wants to take the D, but not leave the middle, not leave the D itself, but it wants to leave the middle part. Something this way. Make sure it all stays. Sorry, y'all. It's just not gonna happen. So one or two things that could be the reason why it's not doing right, and that could be because my grip is not, my mat is not, does not have a strong enough grip. So I just messed that whole last part of my name up, but I'm gonna just go ahead and go forward with it and show you what did come out. So the lesson out of this is make sure your grip is strong enough, your mat, so that it will adhere your letters so they won't come up. Why this stuff happens to me while I'm online, I don't know, but it does happen. It's live, so it's all good. I've seen the two labels that I just did, and it might be time for the mat to be wiped down. So that could be a thing too. Okay. So at least it has my first name all good. So I'm going to also exact off this piece right here using my X-Acto knife to take off that excess because I don't want that to adhere to the label. All right, so I'm using this tool right here to cut this part off, cut my the bad part off. Get that out the way. I want to act right. All right, so now I take the sticky part up, and so now you have my first name. All right. So I just want to make sure that this is going to be, my ribbon is going to be tall enough. It might not be tall enough, but just barely is tall enough to get my name on here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and press this on. I'm going to push this to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and add this on. And we just want to make sure it's on that even. So it's on here just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and press this on. Hey, Erica, I'll go ahead and press this on. I'll be right back. I'm putting it on a firm surface so that it will adhere. So I'm using my hand. So I'm going to press it down on my hand so that I have a good firm foundation for it to rest on. I'm going to use my ironing mat. I'm going to let it stay for at least 15 seconds. You might not be able to hear me, so I'll come back and see it. If I was using my heat press, yeah, I could set it for 15 seconds and it'll be good. But I'm using my regular gravity feed iron, which is good. But you want to give it a good pressure and let it hold for a good little bit so it'll adhere. You don't want it to pull back up off of the leg. All right, so I don't know if you heard that, but you want to make sure that it adheres really good. You want to press it for at least 15 seconds with high heat. And I use this to cover it. Once I know that it's on there good, I'll go over it again, press it again without this plastic or the sheet over it, the film over it. So I want it to cool a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and take the little plastic film off. You see this done if you look at like Fruit of the Loom, some of the T-shirts, and even some of the top name designers are starting to do this now, where they print the labels in there. So there you have it. So I'm gonna go ahead and press this again, give it another good press without the film on it, because I want to make sure it's on good. also going to fold my ends in. Ends will be smooth. Edges will be smooth. Okay, there you have it. There's your label. All right, and if you're just coming in, probably wonder what happened to the other part. Well, Cricut didn't act right while I was on live, so, but it's all good. All right, so there you go. And so the beauty of this is that you can set your Cricut up to make several in a row. And so if you're using ribbon like this, you just go ahead and leave it on. You don't have to cut the name separately. You can leave it in a row and place it on your ribbon. Go ahead and weed it off, press it on here, then pull it all up, and then you can just cut the labels as you need it. But that's it. Just like that, and you created your own label. How about that? So then you can just sew it in, sew it to the sides like you've seen it before. You could actually, if you want to, if you don't want it folded behind like this, you can actually just cut it straight and use the fray check to seal off the edges if you want to. But check out the ones that I did previously. You'll see them in the thumbnail. But this, I wanted to try it on the satin ribbon, and I actually like it on the satin ribbon. That's pretty good. So it looks very professional. You can create your own font that you want to use. That's up to you, however you want to do it. If you wanted to put a design on it, you could too. You could do that because you got all these features inside of Cricut Space, Cricut Access. I think it's Cricut Space, Cricut Design Space, then you have Cricut Access. Cricut Access is with the subscription, I believe. Cricut Design Space, you do have access to it. Um, I might be saying it backwards. I don't know. But anyway, there you have it. All right. So if you have any questions or if you like this video, just click the like button, hit share, and don't forget to comment. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you tried. If you tried yourself, or if you have already done this, leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know your process. Let me know what materials you might have used for your label. And but at any rate, let me know if this is helpful for you. All right. Well, thank y'all for watching. Love y'all to life. Again, don't forget to share. Don't forget to click like and comment. All right. Until the next video, I will talk to you later.